It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC South. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. And it's coming up next on EA Sports.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's an intra-division matchup in the AFC South, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin joined here in Indianapolis by Charles Davis. Well, CD, these Colts, they seem to be onto something a few years back. They had the NFL's leading rusher in Jonathan Taylor, but last year, a big fall, down to 4-12-1.
And they want to get back to what they had a few seasons ago, as you alluded to. Can they get Jonathan Taylor going again on the ground, get their offensive line going? And their defense certainly has to play a whole lot better than it did in 2022.
Well, meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the rebuild under Doug Peterson is right on track. And listen, nobody's going to get wildly excited about 9-8, which they were last year. I get that. But when that comes on the heels of 3-14 and 1-15, certainly a step in the right direction.
And the biggest stride they can make this year is on defense. 28th against the pass last year, and just moving into the middle of the pack. That could buy them a couple more wins and put them in a great spot come playoff time.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time. And leading the way is the number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
The moment Anthony Richardson's name was announced as the 4th pick in the 2023 draft, it changed the landscape and probably our viewing habits with the NFL. He is must-see viewing. Tremendous athlete, not a lot of experience, but the ceiling as high as it possibly can be.
Richardson going right to the air. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They run with the All-Pro from a couple of years ago, Jonathan Taylor. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That tackle by Trayvon Walker. Nice play. He blows that up behind the line of scrimmage.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
4 seasons in the league, and even with the addition of the number 1 overall pick to his defense last year, Allen remained the face of the Jaguars' pass rush. Again, led his team with 7 sacks and a career-high 4 forced fumbles.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
On 4th down, the Colts will call on Rigoberto Sanchez for the punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former number 1 pick in the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
Last year we got the Trevor Lawrence. So many tabbed to be the savior of the Jaguars. He broke 4,000 yards for the first time and threw 25 touchdown passes and guided his team to the playoffs. This young man, he's been good since the first time he picked up a ball in Youth League. They expect nothing less from him again this season.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. So from the 26-yard line, here's second and a couple. Here's Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, Charles, look, and this is probably a harbinger of things to come. He's got such trust in his tight end, and there on back-to-back plays, we're seeing that on display.
And when they have that kind of trust, they're not as worried about what the coverage is because they feel like they know each other so well. They'll make the subtle move downfield, and the ball will end up in the right spot. And by the way, partner, what's harbinger mean? Help me out.
Well, you're the one that taught me that a few years ago, so I'll have to lean on you for that. I'm just hoping it fit into the sentence correctly.
I must have got it from my word of the day calendar on my desk. How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. This is caught. It's Kirk. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Lawrence to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jags are on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here's Richardson to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devon Hamilton. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the 1st quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 20. Now Lawrence. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact It's second down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And an official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
They juked him. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Taylor will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Call it as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Colts are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up. 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line. Now Lawrence. That one complete downfield to Kirk. That one goes for 30 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Lawrence to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Lawrence. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now Richardson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
On 1st down, Richardson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Throw left side taken in by Pittman. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
This is caught. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have taken the lead.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football. But he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down, Johnson. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll send Kirk in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he'll work this one out to about the 38.
56 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3. Richardson now on 2nd down. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
The toss here completed to Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
This is the hitch route. And tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Quick throw out wide, and Pierce has got it. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Now Lawrence on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
That's what it is.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. ETN up the middle. Pushes past him. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags 1st down.
It's great seeing that type of run from ETN. And look, I know we couldn't consider him for Rookie of the Year last year, but it really was his rookie season since an injury cost him all of 2021. And he looked like a Rookie of the Year, 9th in the NFL with over 1,100 yards for a surging Jaguars offense.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. Lawrence, now this is ETN on the draw. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, Lawrence. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. McKenzie now to return it. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd down, here's Richardson. He's got his man, it's Pierce. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Richardson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lawrence now off the bootleg. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Line of scrimmage, the 9. 2nd and about a yard. The slot man in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
ETN, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Jags' new kicker for 2023, Brandon McManus, on for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by McManus is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. And that's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, it's Richardson. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. 1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Richardson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And he'll find Pittman. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. Still on his feet. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And Richardson looks to throw once more. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Richardson now on 3rd and goal. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Colts. Michael Pittman as the first half is winding down. And the Colts will extend their lead here just before halftime. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
From the shotgun, Lawrence, a short throw to Ingram.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Now this is going to be a quarterback draw.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the counter, Etienne.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. On the move past the 40.
And he'll be taken down at the 26. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 44 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Open man right side is Ingram. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Travis Etienne.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score.
And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped just short.
Lawrence and the Jags offense staying out there. They'll go for 2 here.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here is Michael Pittman and the rest of this offense getting set for the upcoming drive. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Richardson off the play fake. On the move to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Richardson to the air on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McKenzie. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Richardson now on 2nd down. He'll get this one to Pittman. And Pittman going to have a Colts first down up near midfield, spotted at the 48. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Now Richardson. And going right back to Pittman. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down at a yard. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson, 39 yards. And the Colts are able to add on to that lead. We've seen this already from him in this game. 2nd time he's into the end zone with a rushing touchdown.
So the head coach is going to have a meeting with the owner this week. You know why? He's got to let the owner know, I know you wrote the check for his arm, but we're going to make him a part of our running game too. This guy can do it all. Let's see where he takes us.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jaguars getting set to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
On the draw, here's Lawrence. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They try the left side with Johnson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run with Etienne. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 80 yards now for Etienne, and he's got a 1st down.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break that initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out, learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And Ingram hauls it in. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 13-yard line. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence to throw. The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Dearness Johnson. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Jaguars are back within a score. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Colts football and Michael Pittman, helmet back on and ready to go. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
That's certainly one way to beat the blitz. Get it out of your hands quickly and get it to the big fella.
Very effective. Saw the pressure, got rid of it, and the completion ensued.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 5. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
1st and 10, here's Richardson with it. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up 2nd down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Richardson, throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now it's Richardson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now out come the Jags. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. At their own 23. Now Lawrence. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there of 22.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A handoff for Etienne. Tackle made by Grover Stewart.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 9. Lawrence. Screenplay, here's Etienne. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
He's had success running the football, and this is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
The offense on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Lawrence.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable, usually an excellent target, and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And one more time, here's Kirk. A little juke, and he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here's a give to Etienne. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. Lawrence will throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. Touchdown, Jaguars! Calvin Ridley from 8 yards out. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll go out of bounds, but 10 yards inside of enemy territory at the 40. Great return.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game, for here's where the breaks are made, is the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
On first down, Richardson. Over the middle, complete. It's McKenzie. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Richardson to the air on first down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the D blanketed his receivers, that's a backbreaker for the defense. They finished this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley-Cox from 10 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Lawrence to throw. A short throw to Ingram. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Lawrence. Quick slant caught by Kirk. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 4. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. He'll find Jones again, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another 1st down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Lawrence. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's focus in on what we got to do here.
Again, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet, but at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
There he goes, right side. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Richardson. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Try to take this home, they'll run. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars. Down by 13. A minute 47 on the clock. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
Oh, good move. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Now second down and a few inches. They go play action now. Lawrence. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. Now Lawrence looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Here's 1st and goal. Now Lawrence to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And to throw again is Lawrence. It's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
McManus's point after is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. So they've accomplished half the mission, Charles. They get the onside kick. They do need a touchdown here, but they've got some time to do it.
In the excitement, there's no need to press. Plenty of time. They have the opportunity. Now they just need to execute and finalize things.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing now, Lawrence. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip, try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
A final shot now for Lawrence. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.